Okay, watch this. This means cut. This means let's go. All right. Hi, my name's Ed Peruta, and I am the owner of American News and Information Services. That's ANIS for short. The reason I got the name ANIS was it's an acronym for American News and Information Services, ANIS. I chose that name because of an officer, Joe Dwyer, back in earlier lifetime. When I was at a scene, asked me who I was. I said, Ed Peruta. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm shooting video. I'm a stringer. I'm with the news media. He said, you're an asshole and you're full of shit. Get out of here. Well, I made a complaint that got resolved and everything. But then I had somebody named, I'm not going to give you a name. He owns Kinetic Capital News Services. And he said that I had a name called Connecticut News Services. And he came down to Rocky Hill and got the domain name CNS. So I couldn't use it anymore. My lawyer says to me, Ed, you got to come up with another name. It's cheaper. I said, I got the name. She says, what? I says, American News and Information Services. She says, that was too fast. How did you know that? I said, well, I've been thinking about it. And she says, what are you thinking about? And I said, well, Joe Dwyer called me an asshole and told me I was full of shit. That means I'm an anus. So I figured that I would call my company ANIS. Who am I, or what do I do? Where am I located? What do I do, and how do I do it? Well, I'm American. I'm the news, and I also provide information services to people. Somebody wants to make an FOI request, or they want to obtain some documents from government. I'll do it for them for a price. I'll go and I will retrieve documents. One time I had Channel 61 wanted me to go out and pick up a videotape on Otis Air Force Base on Cape Cod. And I said, okay, but you're going to pay for all my expenses, right? Yeah. So I drove down to Goodspeed Airport, got the instructor, said I need some dual time in the plane. So we flew over to Otis, picked up the tape and brought it back. So I delivered a tape to Channel 61 in Hartford. And Vince, whatever his name was, says to me, the news director, goes, how'd you do that so fast? I said, here's my bill for flying over there and getting it. I wasn't going to drive all the way to Cape Cod and get back for the news, so I flew. And they paid the bill. So obviously, I am the face of ANIS. Maybe I look like an anus. I don't know. But there's a lot of stories like that, and there's a lot of issues that I've been involved in, and I've learned a lot of shit. But I intend to do programs called Off the Cuff, and I spelled it wrong in the label. Off the Cuff with Ed Peruta. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hear things, I'm going to read things, I'm going to get excited, and I'm going to get pissed off. And then I'm just going to be able to go onto the internet, and I'm going to be able to say, I'm going to go off the cuff right now. And I'm going to go, okay, let's do it. I'll give you an example. There are things that are going on in our state and the country, and a lot of firearms stuff. Example, I remember somebody walking into an office. It was during the time you had to register your assault weapons, your automatic weapons. And this gentleman walks in, and he's got a 1943 Navy Thompson submachine gun. And he had to register it, and he didn't know how to do it. And so the question comes down, who owns it? Well, it's owned by three people. Three people invested the money and purchased this firearm, and it increased in value. So each person owned 1/3 of it. But in the state of Connecticut, only one person can own a firearm. You can't have multiple owners. You can't have your trust. The family trust can't own it. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Think about this. I'm in a house. I'm married. And I'm going to buy a firearm for the house. And who's going to own that firearm? Well, I want it to be me and my wife. My wife may never use it. She may be scared of it, whatever, but it's going to be owned by two people. If I pass away, it's going to be hers. When you buy a car, you do Edward or Lois Peruta, or it's Edward and Lois Peruta. If it's Edward or and I die, it's hers. If it's Edward and, then she's got to get a probate approval to inherit my half of the car. Same thing with a firearm. There's some firearms that are very, very expensive collector's items. And I've seen some of them. And some of them are absolutely remarkable when you look at them. You say, wow, that's awesome. So all I'm doing right now is testing. How do I get out to the internet? What does it look like? Can I go out live? Is anybody out there watching? So I'm going to try something, okay? Recording in progress. This is, where am I at? I'm at StreamYard. Okay, I'm going to go banners. What are banners? Copy program banners, okay? Okay, watch, I can do this. Hold on. There it is on the bottom. Look at this. Please join in our conversations by calling us at 860-249-1776. Well, now I want to stop that. Okay, so I'm going to take it off. But then I go, host, and she's not here now, but I'm going to go this, okay? I'm going to do another banner. How do I do it? Let me see. Oh, show, okay? Host, Ed Peruta and Rachel Baird. I got that. And then we do a show called Summary Judgment, and I can do this. Oh, Summary Judgment, a live internet talk show with Rachel Baird and Ed Peruta. Participate by calling 860-249-1776. Oh, that's pretty good. Here we go. Let's see this one. Program host, Rachel Baird. The next one is co-host, Ed Peruta. And then this one is special guest, Jerry Nance, out in California. I'm going to have to let him know that we're back on the air. Here, I got to show you something. Oh, boy. Show. Hard to keep Ed on task. Okay, I understand that. I had a one up here that said Bill Knapp. And now this is my grandson, Wild. I could do a video diary of some of the shit that he pulls, and he's only 4 years old, maybe going to be 5. But I can create these banners and have the ticker tape going at the bottom. And I like that. I can make it so it's a full screen. I'm sitting here in Attorney Baird's office, which also serves as a internet broadcast studio for podcasts and small productions. We're in here with Matt Karen from Karen Productions, and he used to work at Channel 61, and he's going to be doing a lot of the legwork. So what I'm trying to do right now is figure out, one, did I go out live to YouTube Summary Judgment Talk Show and to Facebook under Edward Peruta? I don't know. I'm going to have to check. But right now, I got a phone call just before going on. My wife is looking for me. It's 6 o'clock. It's 10 after 6. And I have to go home and eat. Now, just so you all know this, I'm not what I used to be. I have 2 new shoulders, metal. I have a new left knee, metal. And I had John Lowry, the donor of my current heart. I had a heart transplant in July of 2019, and it came from a gentleman by the name of John Lowry, and he was from, oh, God, I know the name of that town. Oh, it's in Massachusetts. I'll remember it, but I'm not going to remember it today. And I appreciate the fact that I have someone else's heart in my chest. Every day I look in the mirror and say, I'm still here. I want to say something. When the heart donor or donor transplant was able to go onto licenses and you were able to say, I want to be a donor, I immediately said, I want to be a donor. Never in my wildest dream did I think that I would be a recipient. But back in 2018, 2019, I started slowing down, and things began to happen with me. And I had a cardiologist who years prior had told me, at some point in time, you're not going to be able to keep going. You're going to have a heart transplant. So he introduced me to Dr. Jason Gluck, Hartford Hospital Transplant Unit. And he came up to me. It was probably January of, oh boy, had to be January of 18. And he said to me, smoker, huh? You could smell it on me. I said, yeah. He said, you don't stop smoking for 6 months, you don't get a heart. That day, I stopped. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I eat all of the bad foods as a diabetic. I eat all of the bad foods, but I take Ozempic and I've lost a lot of weight. But I just want everybody to know, now that I'm figuring this out, I think I'm going to be able to do it from my home. And that is going to make me be able to do a program called The Morning Report or Off the Cuff with Ed Peruta. And that's all I'm going to tell you. For now, I think I'm going to go home. So let me figure out how to end the stream. Okay, hold on a minute. I can create a new banner. Watch this. Have a good night. NIGHT. Okay. Have a good night. Yep, I did that. Oh, and I don't want to. Okay. It says scroll across the bottom. Okay. Add banner. No. Show. Have a good night. Look at that. I did that while the show was going on. And I'm going to get better and better at this. But I still have to figure out if I'm going out to Facebook, Edward Peruta. So to all my Facebook friends, please go to YouTube and subscribe to Summary Judgment Talk Show. That's this one. And I started another YouTube channel, and it needs subscribers and viewers, and it's called the People's Soapbox, okay, or the viewers Soapbox. And what it's going to do is it's going to give people an opportunity to talk. And I'm not beyond inviting somebody in here that needs to send a message out to the community and say, let me help you. It can't be abused, but I think that people ought to be making videotapes. I'm 77. My wife and everybody has begged me to write a book about my life because there's some real crazy shit in there. And I think that I'd be able to do it if I talk regularly into a video, and then I take that video and I create a transcript. Then I take the transcript and I put it into a program called Transcriptor, and it will take a video and the audio portion will come out as a transcript. I then take the transcript and I put it into ChatGPT and say, take this information and see if you can write a story about my life. Maybe that'll work, maybe it won't work, but I may end up trying it. But having said that, I'm saying good night. I'm ending the broadcast, and then we find out what's going on. Okay, thank you, and good night. I wonder if is it supposed to end? And